Let's talk about some of the jobs that you might qualify for if you had just your CompTIA Network Plus certification. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Tech G back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about some of the jobs that you might qualify for if you had just your Network Plus certification. And shout out to all of you who have signed up for a channel membership to go out there and learn these certifications like A Plus, Net Plus, and Security Plus. And shout out to those of you who have signed up for my A Plus boot camp so that you can get certified rather quickly so you can go out there and get you a job and get to the money. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this list that CompTIA put together that states that if you had just your Network Plus certification, these are some of the jobs that you might qualify for. All right, so here we are looking at another wonderful slideshow presentation that I've put together for you all, where we're going to talk about the top CompTIA Network Plus job titles in terms of how much money you should expect to make, what these jobs actually do, and what you might be doing on a daily basis when you go to clock in. So let's go ahead and get into this. So we're going to be addressing network engineers, network administrators, IT consultants, computer technicians, help desk technicians, system engineers, network support specialists, and network analysts. Now, I do have to put this out there as a huge disclaimer. The salaries that you're going to see on these slideshows, this is heavily dependent upon the number of years and experience that you have in the profession, relevant industry certifications, formal education, and any other additional skills that potential employers may deem valuable. So when you see these numbers, do not automatically assume that you coming fresh off the block, this is what you're going to qualify for. No, this is what you may potentially work yourself up to qualifying for once you get into the industry and you get these certifications. And this is also assuming that you never get a certification higher than Network Plus. So keep that stuff in mind as I'm going through this list. All right, so let's talk about the first one CompTIA says that you might qualify for if you just had your Network Plus certification, and that is a network engineer. So you're looking at a salary range of anywhere between $83,000 to $101,000 per year. You might be making around $91,000, and your job description is you're going to be designing, implementing, monitoring, and managing local and wide area networks for organizations. You're going to be designing system configurations and managing installs of new networks, maintaining and upgrading existing systems as necessary. And when it's time for you to go clock in and collect your paycheck, you're going to be out there designing and implementing new network solutions, improving the efficiency of current networks, installing routers, switches, firewalls, load balancers, and a whole bunch of other stuff, procuring network equipment, managing any subcontractors that are involved with any network installations, configuring those firewalls, those routers, those switches to make sure that they are running at network efficiency, maximizing network performance, arranging scheduled upgrades, upgrading new equipment, providing level 2 or level 3 support and troubleshooting, and reporting all of this wonderful information to key stakeholders that are responsible for signing your paycheck. So that's what you could expect possibly as a network engineer. Next job you might qualify for is a net admin or a network administrator. So you're looking at about a $61,000 to $76,000 salary range. You might find yourself around $68,000, and you're going to be out there supporting and configuring and maintaining networks and in-house servers, doing some installs and integrating new server hardware and applications, monitoring a whole bunch of stuff, issuing out updates, and making sure that everything is running at optimal network performance and making sure that security is in place as well. And when you're on the clock, you're probably going to be out there setting up new networks, maintaining and upgrading existing computer networks, including hardware like VPNs and routers, troubleshooting flaws in software and hardware configurations, communication equipment, and fixing any issues that you may come across, doing updates and configuring virus protection software and other programs to keep the network secure, monitoring and maximizing optimizing network performance, installing and configuring computer systems and network equipment. You're going to be out there communicating any updates and problems to other employees, especially those in management positions, training new users, determining the organization's software and hardware needs, and evaluating network performance. So those are some of the duties that you might find yourself doing as a network administrator. Next job that CompTIA says you might qualify for if you had the Network Plus certification is becoming an IT consultant. And as you can see with this salary range here, this is a pretty wide salary range, ranging anywhere between $17,000 to $130,000. So if you do find yourself in an IT consultant position, you'll probably find yourself making around $83,000 a year. But once again, go back to that disclaimer page that I showed you, and that will explain how you're able to get an $83,000 a year salary as an IT consultant with just the Network Plus certification. But anyways, if you find yourself doing this job, you're going to be the go-to person who helps businesses develop, integrate, and maximize the value of their IT systems. You're going to provide strategic advice. You're going to be troubleshooting some stuff and offering expertise in areas such as hardware, software, networks, and some project management. And while you're out there being the best IT consultant that you can be, you're going to be analyzing a company's IT system and infrastructure, diagnosing their problems, inefficiencies, and weaknesses, putting together timelines for the completion of projects, listening to your clients' business needs, coming up with technological solutions to meet those needs, analyzing and determining security threats, giving advice on technology best practices, collaborating with the in-house technology team to ensure that they have familiarity with the technology, training that staff to use the new IT systems, monitoring the success of the IT solutions, and you're going to be out there producing a bunch of detailed reports on the efficacy of the technology. So those are some of the things you might find yourself doing as an IT consultant. Next job that CompTIA says you might qualify for with just the Network Plus is the entry-level computer technician. So you're looking at about $43,000 to $53,000 a year. You'll probably be around $48,000, and you're going to be out there maintaining computer systems, troubleshooting errors, and repairing the organization's hardware. And you're also going to be providing technical support for both employees and customers, whether they're on site or they are remote. And some of your daily tasks, you're going to be out there setting up hardware, installing and configuring software and drivers, maintaining and repairing technological equipment or other peripheral devices, installing well-functioning LAN and WAN technologies and other networks, and managing those components, managing security options and software in computers and networks to maintain privacy and protection from attacks, performing regular upgrades to ensure that the systems are all good, troubleshooting any system failures or bugs to provide solutions to restore functionality, arranging maintenance sessions, keeping records of repairs and fixes for future reference, and offering timely support and teaching others how to use the computers correctly. So that's what you're going to find yourself possibly doing as an entry-level computer technician. Next job you might find yourself qualifying for is the help desk technician. You're looking at a salary of about $36,000 to $58,000. You'll probably be around $44,000 when it's all said and done. And you're going to be out there providing technical support for clients experiencing computer issues. You're oftentimes going to be the first point of contact for those customers when they have issues. And you're going to be dealing with these customers by way of phone, remote, or in person to make sure that you can help them fix their problems. And your daily tasks, you're going to be out there dealing with help desk tickets. You're going to be responding to customers over the phone, email, or chat. You're going to be providing assistance, documenting your interactions, running diagnostics to solve their problems. If you can't solve the problem, you're going to escalate it to somebody who can solve the problem. You're going to be installing, making changes, and repairing computer hardware and software. And most importantly, you're going to be doing follow-ups with the customers to make sure that their issues are resolved and they are not experiencing any more issues related to that problem. So that's what you're going to find yourself doing as a help desk technician. Another job that you might qualify for is called a system engineer, and they tend to bring in around 67 to 85,000. So you'll probably be around 77,000, and you're going to be out there designing, creating, and implementing new systems for businesses, managing, maintaining, and improving existing systems based on the organization's changing needs. And when it's time to clock in to collect your paycheck, you're going to be out there managing and monitoring installed systems and infrastructure. You're going to be installing, configuring, testing, and maintaining operating systems, applications, and system management tools. You're going to be proactive in ensuring that the highest level of systems and infrastructure availability are always there. You're going to be monitoring and testing application performance for bottlenecks. You're going to be maintaining security, doing backups, putting together redundancy strategies, writing and maintaining custom scripts so that you can lower the human intervention time on any of these tasks that you're doing. You're going to be participating in the design of information and operational support systems. You're going to be doing some level 2 or level 3 support, and you're going to serve as a possible liaison with the vendors and other IT personnel for problem resolutions. So those are some of the things that you can expect to do as a system engineer. Next job that you might qualify for is a network support specialist. And we're looking at about 53 to 83,000. You might find yourself clocking in at around 66,000. And you're going to be out there analyzing, testing, troubleshooting, and evaluating existing network systems such as LANs, WANs, cloud networks, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You're going to be performing maintenance to ensure that the networks operate correctly with minimal interruption. When it's time for you to go out there and get busy, you're going to be out there doing a whole bunch of backups of network data, configuring security settings or access permissions to ensure that the right people can get in and the wrong ones cannot get in. You're going to be analyzing and reporting security breaches or attempted breaches, troubleshooting a whole bunch of stuff on the network and using diagnostic tools to hopefully fix this stuff, documenting the network support equipment, configuring WAN and LAN technologies, installing network software, providing end user support in person or remotely, and evaluating network performance data in regards to things like speed, connectivity, and disaster recovery. So those are some of the things you can expect to do as a network support specialist. And finally, we have what is called a network analyst. So you become a network analyst, you'll be looking at about 60 to 75,000. So you'll probably be making around 67,000. And you're going to be out there supporting the stable operations of all client and internal computer networks. You're going to be doing some installs, configuring, maintaining, and optimizing network hardware, software, and communication links. You're going to be doing diagnosis, resolving, and documenting hardware and software network problems in a timely and accurate manner. And when it's time for you to go out there and be the best network analyst, you're going to be installing, configuring, testing, maintaining, monitoring, and troubleshooting network peripheral devices and networking hardware and software products, maintaining security solutions, including firewall, VPN, and intrusion detection prevention systems, maintaining network hardware and equipment such as routers and switches, monitoring and testing network performance and providing network performance statistics and reports, doing on-site analysis, diagnosis, and resolution of complex network problems, and recommending, scheduling, and performing network improvements, upgrades, and repairs. Those are some of the things you might find yourself doing as a network analyst. All right, folks, so there you have it. These are some of the top jobs that CompTIA says that you might qualify for if you got your Network Plus certification. Now, I do want to reiterate one very important point as it relates to all of these jobs that I just discussed, and that is these salaries that you just looked at. These are heavily dependent upon your years of experience working in the industry, any other type of certifications or experience that you may have, education, and whatever else that your company that hired you thinks is important in terms of gauging as to how much they are going to pay you. So I just gave you a bunch of job titles with a bunch of average salaries that you might find yourself qualifying for if you got your Network Plus certification, but this stuff is not written in stone. All of this stuff is dependent upon you and what you choose to do with your career once you get these wonderful certifications and get into the industry. And for those of you looking to get into the industry and you have no clue where to start, well, let me help you out. Go hit the join button on my channel. I got the A+, the Network Plus, and Security Plus courses posted up in there for your viewing pleasure so that you can go out there and get your learn on, get certified, send me a copy of your certification or your Pearson VUE test results so I can add you to my community tab wall of fame where I post everybody who has used my materials to successfully pass those tests. And once you pass those tests, you will hopefully put yourself in a position to where you will qualify for these jobs, because these jobs are paying money. They do need people, and we need you guys to go out there and get certified. So anyways, that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, share button, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And with that, I will holler at you all on the next video. So peace.